everyone, I'm Taryn, back with a new episode to give you guys the greatest news on the games that you know and love. So without further ado, let's get started.
FreeMMOStation.com. Free to play unlimited.
WildStar is likely to be the next big MMO to drop the subscription model and sell for something more, well, free. Probably, since at this point it's just rumors.
Just as it recently happened with Elder Scrolls Online, major Australian retailers were instructed to take WildStar stock off their shelves and return it to the distributor. We know what happened with Elder Scrolls Online, which went buy to play a few weeks later. In the case of WildStar, an EB Games employee mentioned that the game might go free to play, but there's also a chance for it to go buy to play. Or that nothing happens soon, since it is all just speculation. Whatever happens, WildStar didn't live up to the hype, and developer Carbine Studios had to lay off 60 employees and had some serious internal issues between staff and management. Well, keep following this story.
You should know by now that a free-to-play online Halo is actually happening. And you should also know that it's exclusive to just Russia. Microsoft managed to piss off half the world with just one announcement.
But some Halo fans just didn't stay put. They actually modded the game to remove the geo restrictions, meaning that anyone in the world could play it. They're even going further by unlocking every piece of cash shop equipment that was previously locked. But how far is this actually going? If it depends on Microsoft, the whole thing was already shut down since the publisher waived a cease and desist order to the modders. However, they won't stop so easily and promise to continue their work on Halo Online. If you want to follow the whole story, we have more details on FreeMMOStation.com. Whatever happens, Microsoft kinda asked for it, announcing such a desired game exclusively to one specific region, leaving millions of fans out of the fun, was a strange decision to say the least. Even if Microsoft decides to launch it globally later, which the studio says there's no plans for, it was still a strange move. Anyway, let's see how this unfolds.
Black Desert Online isn't the game you used to know. However, the Western versions could turn out to be different than the original Korean version, which is turning out to be more and more casual by the day.
Developer Pearl Abyss said that the casual approach was demanded by the Korean players, which are becoming increasingly casual. But the North American and Europe version should be different according to player feedback, or at least that seems to be the plan. The good news is that the publisher plans to begin service quickly, so there should be details about a Western beta soon. On the other hand, the 7th class was recently released, the Valkyrie. She is a female counterpart to the warrior class, has a sword and a shield, and is capable of giving buffs to allies.
Hounds has just entered open beta. This is a third-person shooter with very unusual theme as far as free-to-play goes. Horror, so expect zombies, blood, and guts galore.
Although Hounds The Last Hope was already launched in Korea over a couple years ago, it still stands up nicely today. Sure, the graphics look a bit stiff and the voiceovers are laughably bad, but in the end it's a very fun and fast-paced game to play, especially in co-op mode. There's a story mode to go along with it, but if you prefer competitive play, there's always PvP mode. The closed beta was really short and now in open beta, anyone can try this game. Give it a go and let us know what you guys think.
We've had way too much good stuff lately, it's crazy. There's Anime Saiyan for Dragon Ball fans, Shooter Hounds, medieval MMORPG Gloria Victis, it's just too much, you guys. So to catch everything, make sure to check out our First Look playlist.
You don't control anything, you just tell them what to do beforehand and try to put together a proper team to actually have fun. Now, I chose this character because I wanted to go Super Saiyan, and he eventually can. So that
it sort of reminded me of Left 4 Dead, as it has zombie hordes, special infected types, safe rooms, and even a finale. Besides, mindless zombie violence is never really a negative now, is it?
But overall, it's very arcade. You're not going to have the realism that maybe you are looking for in a niche title like this. It's still pretty arcade, and it's actually pretty easy to get into. For instance, you heal out of combat extremely quickly, extremely fast.
This fantasy MMORPG is coming really soon and is one of the most hyped games of the year.
Although it's been around in Korea for a couple of years and it's not visually stunning, it is still a deeply cherished MMO that is getting a lot of attention. The first one to write the answer in the comments will see his or her name featured in the next free-to-play Unlimited episode.
We certainly weren't expecting this, and probably neither were you. The shooter Ghost in the Shell Online has been confirmed for the US and Europe. Now that is what I call efficiency.
Nexon America made the announcement, but the Korean free-to-play shooter isn't just coming to US and Europe, it is also going to places such as Australia and Latin America. The first beta only lasted a handful of days, but it was enough to see that this shooter does exactly what it says in the box. It's fun, the skills are neat, and overall it's a worthy experience, even if somewhat generic. We can even call it Ghost in the Blacklight Recon, if you get all the FPS references. Developer Neopol said that the Ghost in the Shell Online is testing in Korea but will go live first in the US, so let's wait and see if that's actually the plan. If it is, then they are going to spoil us with such kindness.
Alright my darlings, that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to stay tuned next time, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. Bye!
Fear power!
We've had so much good stuff lately, it's crazy. There's Anime Saiyan for Dragon Ball fans, Shooter Hounds, something else.